Namaskar. My name is Hema Shukla. I was not born in a Kashmiri Hindu family, but I'm married into one. So I'm a Kashmiri Bahu. And today I want to share some of the thoughts that me and my husband Sandeep Bhatt co-wrote to mark January 19th, the Kashmiri Exodus Day. So here it goes. On this day, we are reminded with greater intensity the pains suffered by our community on account of radical jihadi ideology. I feel that today should also be the day when we celebrate. We celebrate the gods and angels who blessed us with a spirit that ultimately allowed us to overcome the overwhelming odds. Yes, I am talking about the generation who were grandparents and parents at the time of Exodus. Without their strength and their dignified behavior in navigating the crisis, we would have been completely lost. As my generation enters the same stage of life that our parents were when we were uprooted, I find myself appreciating their conduct during those tough times even more. I can't imagine remaining sane if all of a sudden I had to abandon my home with nothing but the clothes on my back and family to take care. Most of us start missing our bed, our pots, our plants, our home after a few days, even if we are at the best vacation spots in the world. We can't imagine the heartbreak of exodus of an elderly Kashmiri Brahmin lady who had spent her entire life nurturing her home and everything around it. Not only was she the Annapurna for her family, but for the birds, bees, dogs, insects, and pretty much every living creature within the boundaries of her home. She was connected to that place so deep that the exodus practically ripped her apart. Despite the assault on her being, she managed to carry on with the same spirit and dignity and grace. She continued those traditions in the rundown shacks she now had to accept as home. The elderly Kashmiri Brahmin man who built the home brick by brick over decades, who planted walnut trees in memory of special occasions, who never failed to pray at the temple twice a day, who was known for his dignified behavior and knowledge, was robbed of everything he had. And yet his indomitable spirit carried on the constructive approach to life wherever he went. Most importantly, I want you to imagine the fear amongst those who were parents at that time. Fear not for themselves, but for kids whose futures all of a sudden became uncertain. For any parent, that is a horrible situation to be in. This generation had it twice as hard because they were responsible for a generation before and a generation after. These were no ordinary people. Their values, their wisdom, their sacrifices ensured that 30 years later, there still is a thriving community of Kashmiri Brahmins. We, who are the original inhabitants of Kashmir Valley, will reclaim it one day and free it from the clutches of jihadis. Hold that thought. And with that, I would like to thank everybody who listened to what I and Sandeep had to share on this day. Namaskar.